welcome to the Devils You Know. I am JJ, your host. We finally have some positivity to, well, it might not be positive to you, but for me, some things are better left said, and I'm going to say them. So let me put that down. We got a lot to talk about. Obviously, I named this episode Taming Alberta because the Devils did go into Alberta and beat the Calgary Flames. Woo! 1-goal game. Not the greatest look, but still a win. And Markstrom didn't look as bad as usual. Then Edmonton game, I loved. Of course, in the third period, Onslaught comes in. But Jake Allen, as I've always said, took care of it. I always say Jake Allen is the man. He gets a Doc and Cheese. That, of course, originally was for Cam Jansen. So, let's talk about Dougie Hamilton. Let's start straight off with Dougie Hamilton. He's come in, he got scratched, and since then, he's had multiple assists. I think he's had four assists in like three games or whatever. I don't know. He had two. I don't know. It doesn't matter when they were, but they were all important because he's been getting assists in these 2-1 games. So he got an assist on the Mercer goal in Calgary. Obviously, he didn't get the Nemec overtime thing. You know, Jack Hughes actually did get an assist there. Even Bratt, oh man, Jesper Bratt first of all, making the play all around the boards, then getting stuffed because it looked like they didn't want to cover Jack Hughes anymore. Like, it was almost pointless to double cover Jack Hughes. That's what it looked like to me. So that was why he was so open to just backhand pass it, even though there was a Flame like near him. Right to Nemec, who faked the shot. Oh God, Nemec is he on my list of things to talk about? He is. Nemec is, first of all, I'm going to go straight into that. So Hamilton, I'm giving him an A since he's been back. Well, you know what? We'll do a grading. We're going to do now a Luke Hughes versus Simone Nemec, okay? So in 36 games, Simone Nemec has 8 goals, 11 assists, 19 points, and he's a +3, 16 penalty minutes. Luke Hughes in 49 games, so that's 13 more games, has 5 goals, which is surprising to me. I thought he had 2. I'm not even going to lie. I thought he had 2 goals. I don't remember the other 3. 21 points, 21 assists, 26 points in 13 more games. So he has 19. So he's got 7 more points in 13 more games. And he's also a -8, while Simone Nemec is a +3. Luke Hughes also had 24 penalty minutes. And none of his goals were in overtime. I don't know why I got out of that. Why did I do that? None of his goals were in overtime. I don't think he has any game-winning goals at all. I could be wrong. Lenny HAMEENAHO comes in. He's 2-0. Guy's 2-0. Now, one of the things we got. All right, we went over already. You know, Luke Hughes is injured. I didn't go over that. I'm all over the place. All right, Luke Hughes is out. You know what? I'm gonna be the first to say it live and right now. We're gonna do it live. I think it's a good thing. If we watch the interview with Simone Nemec, I'm gonna pull up my my X account. I guess we'll do that now. I'll pull it up. If you can't, if you're just listening, you can of course just listen because that's how things go. So here's Simone Nemec. I made this video. It's called Grinding NEMO.
He's got a head of steam.
I love this graphic that I made there.
Here's Heischer back behind the net.
So this is overtime in St. Louis, Nemec, right? Let me see if I can fast forward a little bit. So that's St. Louis, then Chicago. He's got a hat trick, 1 goal. Now Luke Hughes hasn't got no hat tricks, not in his career. Nemec scored again. He ties the game. Now they're going to go to overtime. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. An all-time performance. Sometimes brings the Devils back and wins it in overtime. Now this is a shootout goal. Doesn't count towards anything, but he wins the game in the shootout. This is as clutch as you can get. This is Simone Nemec. This is the guy that I'm going to pause this and read. Grinding Nemo. The player the Devils have benched, tossed to the minors, and left off the ice in crucial moments has a hat trick, 3 overtime goals, a shootout game-winning goal, game-tying goals, and more. Just this season. This one's actually from UBS Arena. I was at this game, and I recorded this live. This is the game-tying goal to go to overtime, which the Devils lost, but that's not the point. That's about it. There's a couple of seconds left. Clutch Nemo. I'm so happy to be there for that.
Right, he comes, he scores big goals. You know, he's not scoring.
Nemec scores!
Go ahead, goal in Boston.
It in. Now Nemec carries
this is back in character. This is last season. I had to add this just because of, you know, the celebration. Now we're gonna roll back to this is just the other night. So watch Brat. Brat, blah, blah, blah. He's getting covered. Okay, okay. Oh, Hughes got open for that. Fake slap, and he scores. He does it. He does it. Oh, how could you not be excited for this guy? Luke Hughes does not give you this. You don't get that kind of shit from Luke Hughes. You just don't. You don't get it, that excitement. Last night, the 3 stars, Jake Allen and Gritsuk, took 2 out of the 3 stars in Edmonton. Can we get another solid performance? Even though the third period was light, if you got a guy like Jake Allen, that can happen. You know, you don't, not purposely. I wouldn't say they could or should purposely play shitty in the third period, or try and let up just because it's third period and the goalie can let you out. And you can't do that with Markstrom, because Markstrom, we can't trust Markstrom. So I made this video here, and as you'll see, left-hand side, Jack Hughes couldn't handle it clean. The left-hand and then side. As I was at the Sportsnet, as I was watching the Sportsnet feed, he said, and it does look like maybe they're going off for a change. I forgot. But they said that Jack Hughes hasn't been trying to get into any physical or whatever. He said it after this clip, so I guess that's kind of pointless. Jake Allen, big stop on Podkolzin, and who was actually looked really good for the Oilers. Jake Allen again stops Jake Wallman. Jake Allen was excellent. He should be the Devils starter. Why is he not playing 4 games in a row? I understand that actually Devils didn't do bad in this 4-game thing, but now that's another thing. You got Nemec scoring in overtime and Mercer scoring in that game. Then last night, the 4th line. This is some amazing stuff. Let's start with Gritsuk. Okay, so these are very quick, obviously.
With a bid for his first
last Gritsuk goal. Now, Hamilton on the ice. All right. Sheldon Keefe maybe did something that I can definitely get behind. I don't know if it was something he did on purpose. It's something that I feel that if I were coaching, it's something that I would do against a team like Edmonton that's down Draisaitl. Got kind of McDavid's kind of on he hasn't been scoring a lot lately. They still have goaltender troubles. Jari came in. It looked like it was going to change their whole scenario, but they're just falling. So one of the best things you could do against a team like that is throw together, take your third line and move it to the fourth line and put your fourth line as your third line and play the fourth line like a third line and play the third line like a fourth line. So then you got a fourth line that's mismatched, even though you're not making the matchups in an away game. That messes up the whole situation for the other team. It messes them up. So no matter what you do, and you make this line, you got Glass in front on center, Gritsuk, and HAMEENAHO, who's been excellent. HAMEENAHO has made some great passes. He's been in some situations where he could have scored or gotten his first assist very close. Actually, he made the passes and the shots just were saved. That happens. Goalies are in the net. They're there for a reason. And he looks great. So hopefully he stays in the lineup. I like the lineup we saw last night. I think they could score more than 2 goals. Sure. But here we got Gritsuk on the board, and then we got Glass. Cody Glass scores.
Tied at 1.
From Gritsuk.
Maybe a 2-on-1 center.
Fourth line.
Ripped home by Glass.
Fourth line, guys. This is amazing. So you take this third line, you put them on the fourth line, they overpower it's either the third line of the other team has to now switch up and change to playing fourth in a different they don't practice this. So unless they knew the Devils were going to come out, I don't know. I got to rethink what I'm saying. Listen, here's the thing. That's the fourth line was clearly put up as the third line. So maybe Sheldon Keefe said, "Hey, I'm going to take my third line, which is Gritsuk, Glass, and HAMEENAHO, or I'm going to I want to put HAMEENAHO on the fourth line. So let's put him with Glass and Gritsuk on the fourth line. Gives them a lot more opportunity because they're so offensive. And Glass has been great this season. Let's see his stats. Let's just so I'm not off on it. I can't believe that Dadonov in 11 games still has no points. Palat actually has 10 points. Cody Glass, 11 goals, 4 assists, 15. He's a +2. He's got 23 penalty minutes. He's got a power play goal. Cody Glass is great. Let's do the whole. Well, Gritsuk is the only other one we really need to talk about. 9 goals, 11 assists, 20 points. He's a -5. He's got 2 power play goals though, and 16 penalty minutes. So that's not bad. That's not bad. This is hopefully I'm gonna grab his Young Guns card. Kovacevic and Podkolzin went at it a little bit. This is a funny one where Jake Allen gets a little tap from and Nemec. Nemec was just excellent. Like I said, I think the goalies, I think Jake Allen needs to be the starting goalie instead of being called the backup. So now, anyway, let me show you a little something. This is some bullshit. I don't like this shit at all. I don't know if you've seen this or not, but these are the signs that are coming in behind Macklin Celebrini. For instance, this nut job, Macklin. I may be a Panther fan, but I'll be a Cougar for you. I'm 20. Macklin. I may be a Panther fan, but I'll be a Cougar for you. I'm 20. Oh, and then also, don't forget, number 71 has to be in the little corner, just so you know which Macklin she's talking about, okay? Now let's look at the next one, or the other one. I don't know exactly what. Well, one says drinks on us, or it says drinks on us down the middle. And there's a 2. I'm guessing this says 71 and a 2. 71 is on the other side, I assume. Now, now we have this one here. Dear Will and Macklin, something after we're down after the game. I don't know. It doesn't look like it says that's a letter D. I didn't see more of it, but then you see down like right below me here another sign. That could be a child sign. I see the colors are a little more childish, but you know what? These are adults. These women, these so-called women. Look at his face, even though it has nothing to do with the signs. It's just perfect. And look at these psychos. These are 3 psychopaths. Okay? 1, 2, 3. Mental institution. You heard of it? No? Well, you're going to go to it. This is some sick, disgusting shit. I'm going to leave it as the background for the rest of this episode. Now, do you think that Luke Hughes has held Simone Nemec back? Let's listen to the interview with Simone Nemec, actually. Yeah, let's listen to the interview with Simone Nemec. Here it is. All right. What I'm going to do is this.
Wanted to walk through that entire play. We know that you've been trying to get that offensive flair back. Just what were you seeing as that play really developed?
Yeah, I mean, like with these guys on the ice, you're just trying to find a spot.
The beef
for
of this
the,
interview
for
is
the
at
pass,
the end.
and,
But listen,
I think they did a great job. They found me like open net front, and I just finished.
Well, the team is now 9-2 in overtime. What do you kind of attribute that success to, and how you manage the big moments like that?
Yeah, I mean, like I don't think so. They didn't even touch the puck in OT. So like if we got the puck on our stick, like we are a great team. So yeah, we are so skilled and fast. So I think 3-on-3 is for us.
3-on-3 is for us.
Well, I think we're going to have to start calling you Mr. Clutch, your third overtime
We've been
goal.
calling him Mr.
Well,
Clutch.
to
We
him
have
now,
been
right?
calling
He's got to
him
start
that.
owning this. But
That is true.
Again, it's just as we look at some of your work
That's
this
that
season.
Islanders
you know, you
goal
got 3
from the
overtime
one I
goals,
was telling you guys
one
about.
more and you'll tie.
That showed you.
Scotty Niedermayer. So it just shows you, you know, what you've been up to, and just walk us through some of these moments.
Hat trick.
Yeah, I mean,
Dude
it's
had
good
a
to see,
comeback hat
especially
trick in
like
Chicago.
after that tough stretch what I had. Like it's good to see that I still can do it, and yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm really happy.
Well, that was going to be my next question because, you know, you're 22 years old, and I remember going through tough stretches. Sometimes you're in the lineup, you're out of the lineup, and you come in and you have a good stretch, and all of a sudden you're back out. Just walk us through just how you've been
Great
handling
answer
it
coming
mentally and kind of your mental preparation through this stretch of hockey.
Yeah, it's hard. Obviously, like that injury slowed me down a little bit. I missed almost a month, and then yeah, first 2 games it weren't the best, but yeah, after that, like I think that Seattle game was pretty good, and then they made a decision. I was out of the lineup, but I'm still trying to think positive and be ready for the next opportunity. Yeah, we will see.
You almost feel bad for him there.
like game like this, like look.
Listen
good
to the
and,
way he says that. Let's go back. The way he says
yeah,
that
I needed to,
is like
they made a decision after that.
when he says they made a decision, I was out of the lineup. Listen to how sad he sounds. God, I feel bad for the kid.
Like, I think that Seattle game was pretty good, and then they made a decision. I was out of the lineup, but I'm still trying to think positive and be ready for the next opportunity. Yeah, we will see.
Amazing.
And yeah, like game like this, like look good hurt, and then I got more ice time, and yeah, I needed to be ready.
Well, it seems in those situations, you go back to the playoffs, every time someone seems to get hurt, right, you just rise your game to the next level, and you score that overtime winner against Carolina. Pesce got hurt earlier this season. You have 3 assists. I just, you know, when you see a moment like that, I wouldn't say like you really kind of just elevate your game. It's just you just internally say, you know what, I need to rise to the occasion.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is like I play more minutes, and then I feel better. So yeah, obviously like the injuries are sucks, but for me, if I'm playing more, then
Did you say the injuries are sucks? But listen to what he's saying here. He's telling us, and I'm not taking away anything from this guy at all. I'm giving him all the love, all the props in the world. I love this dude. if the Devils trade him, I will be pissed the fuck off. It's hard to say I don't want to be a Devils fan anymore. I've been a Devils fan for decades, but this is a second round overall pick that is turning out to be someone special. It just happens to be that he's not, a name like Macklin Celebrini or a Hughes name, which is more of a name than really, play. The name is here. Okay, let me see. Let me just make sure you can see what I'm doing. Okay, let me move myself. So the name is here, but their actual worth in playing is here, especially if you're talking about the Devils duo. Like if you go to Quinn, you go Quinn gives them a good name. If Quinn wasn't around, I don't think the Hughes brothers would have a good name. It wouldn't be bad, but it wouldn't be as good as it is. I think Jack and Luke get a lot of extra props because of their brother Quinn. Tell me what you think about that. Let me know if you like or dislike what I just said there. I'd love to hear people's responses to that. So let's.
I think the biggest thing is I play more minutes, and then I feel better. So yeah,
if he plays
obviously
more minutes,
the
he feels
injuries
better.
Sucks, but for me,
let's see the injuries.
Better, so yeah, obviously the injuries sucks, but
the injuries are sucks.
For me, if I'm playing more, then I'm better player.
For me, if I'm playing more, then I'm better player. He's telling us straight up that if he gets the minutes, he will play better. He knows his own game. He knows his own body. He knows himself. I believe him. This is one of the best interviews that I've seen. Bryson and Rachel with good questions and actual good responses from Simone Nemec, not just basically American and Canadian response. That's basically if you get an American or a Canadian player, they kind of just have that very I don't know. They all have the same kind of response. We just gotta book the puck in the net, like basically like a John Madden kind of thing. Like if they want to win the football game, they have to score touchdowns. It's kind of like that kind of shit.
Thanks so much for your time, Nemo.
Thanks,
Congrats
Nemo.
on another big win for you.
Yes. Congrats, Rachel and Bryce. And then they got a night off for another great game. You want to hear from Lenny HAMEENAHO?
Complement your game as well. How do you feel like you really settled into that line as the game progressed?
Let's
Yeah, I think it was great.
Arseny
Easy to kind of play for.
Cody Glass and Arseny Gritsuk. We heard from Sheldon Keefe this morning, thinking that those two guys were going to be a good fit, help complement your game as well. How do you feel like you really settled into that line as the game progressed?
Yeah, I think it was great. I think both of those are really good players and smart players.
I'm such an idiot. We're trying to watch him while we're listening to him, right?
So I think it was making my job easy to kind of play first game with them, and yeah, I hope we get more games.
This is your first NHL game, but the fact that you were still getting shifts late in the third period with a 1-1 game, what does that say about the trust Sheldon Keefe had in you and the way that you were able to carry yourself here?
Yeah, I just think we were playing with our line pretty good shifts, and yeah, we were able to kind of create some scoring chances also. Obviously, we want to score on those, but I think we had good shifts, and maybe that was the reason why we were playing.
Well, Lenny, I got one more for you here. I think you learn pretty quick when you're on the ice with Jack, you find him, right? Too bad he didn't score for you.
Yeah, I
yeah,
think
he had to
just
play with
try
Jack
to
Hughes.
Talk to him. I'm sure he will score next one.
Well, thanks so much for your time, Lenny. Congrats on being
that
a
was
part
good.
of
That
this
was good.
big 2-1 win in
it's
overtime.
very rare. Oh, let's watch this.
For New Jersey
Can you see
over
it?
the Calgary Flames. We're going to step out for a
Get
break
me
here,
out
but
of
on the other side, we're hoping to get Simone Nemec on the post game, so don't go away.
Okay, so Lenny HAMEENAHO looking good in 2 games. I think he's like a +2 or something like that. I'm not gonna go back and look at that, but yeah. So stars of the game against Calgary were Nemec, obviously, third overtime goal of the season, and Mercer with third goal in 9 games, and Markstrom with 21 saves on 22 shots. So, wasn't bad. Nemec, of course, just love to see him. Just so happy for him. If you're not happy for Nemec, then you're an asshole. That's about it. So anyway, we're going to end this episode of The Devils You Know. Can't wait to be here next time, and hopefully I'm talking about wins and more Nemec goals and maybe a HAMEENAHO goal. Who knows? Whoa, that got loud. But, yeah. Let's go, Devils. Thanks for listening. I'll see you soon.